Hello everyone, Felipe here again here with Daniel. Okay, we're gonna continue with the side control attacks, alright, from the no-gi. Once we're done from the no-gi, we're gonna start with the gi. Let's start already, everyone. Moving the head sideways. Up and down. Circling the head. Both sides. The other. And hips. Circling both sides as well, everyone. Okay, everyone. Laying down as usual, as we've been doing. Just bridging here, behind the side. Just warm up. And hips keeping 10 times each side, everyone, as well. Both sides. Then turning to the turtle. And long step, also 10 times each side, everyone. One side, the other side. And switching the base as well, pushing the leg through, hips all the way down. Elevating knees and elbow, pushing the leg through. 10 times each side, people. Moving back and forth over the shoulder, legs over the shoulder, all the way to the back, and forward again. Also dropping the hip all the way down, and forward. 5 times each side of one. Then you guys, then we can move forward to the partner drills. Let's go. All right, people. We're just gonna do this drill that we've been doing since we started 2 classes ago, just repeating. And we're going to do just one. Then I'm gonna switch from side control to the mount and then back to the side control, because I want to answer a question as well, so this class is not so long. So I'm gonna have side control. I'm gonna drop my hip all the way down. Make sure that I have my elbow under Dani's armpit so she cannot use the arm. Switching my base towards the hip, turning the knees to me so I can smoothly transit here to the mount, keeping my control. I want to move to Dani's right side, so I'm going to bring my elbow under her left armpit and back stepping, coming back to the side control where you're going to have the position. I switch, hips all the way down, elbow under the armpit, switch my base. If she's crossing the leg, my foot towards my chest, okay, I'm not going to go over, otherwise she can trap my leg. Foot towards my chest, above her belly, establish the mount, elbow under the armpit, back step, and I'm back here into the side control. Okay guys, so I showed this exercise already in the previous class, so if you have any doubts, check them out again because I show you more details. So just doing this one back and forth, 3 minutes, one of you on top, the other one on the bottom, then you switch, and we can go to the positions. Let's go everyone. Okay people, so we're gonna work here with a guillotine, inverted guillotine actually from the side control, especially in that situation that we were working where I was attacking the arm. So what happens a lot of the times, I'm here with Dania, okay, let's say that I drop my hip to attack her arm. A lot of the times I'm gonna have this grip here on her wrist, and Dania, in order to defend, she's gonna bring her hand towards the hip. Okay, so what we saw from here was a Kimura, but since Dani is no longer defending her neck, I can take the advantage of getting this grip. So what I'm going to do, I already have my elbow next to the head. What I'm going to do now is I'm gonna bring my hand here behind her head, and I'm gonna push my hand all the way through, trapping her head. And here people, I don't care if she has her arm in or not, I'm gonna get this position the same way. What is important for me when I get the grip, people? That I push my hand as deep as possible so I can have a good control of her head. And I want to make sure that I have my hip all the way down, because as long as I have my hip all the way down, turn here a little bit, Lucas, nice. When I have my hip all the way down, she can no longer turn her head, okay? So I have her head trapped, which is going to be important for me to get the submission. Okay, now that I have this control, people, I just want to start moving my hip towards her head and my head towards the hip. So from here, if I want, I can just control her hip and I'm going to start moving, okay? As much as possible, okay everyone? Now, I'm going to bring my ear towards her chest. I'm going to grab my own hand, and just like we did in the position of the last class, I just want to squeeze my elbow, drop my shoulder down, and I get the submission. Okay? We're good? So people, there's a lot of pressure, but what is important for us, as soon as we have the control of the head, is that we move as further as possible, okay? So you get a good control of your opponent's head. Okay, so one more time. I'm here, attacking here from the side control. I went for the arm, then I hit the arm. I'm just gonna bring my arm through. If she removes the arm from the inside, people, let's say that I don't have her arm, that is not a problem. I just want her head. So my hip is all the way down. I'm gonna push my hand until I can already grab my thigh, okay? Because now that means that I have a really tight control on her head. She can no longer turn her head, okay? Now that I have this control, I'm just gonna move my hip towards the head and my head towards the hip. One thing that is important, people, here, if I stop here, then I can still move her head, okay? She still has some space. So I'm going to keep moving as much as possible. Now, I'm gonna bring my ear on her chest. I'm gonna grab my hand in here, shoulder down, hip down, and I get the choke, okay? What I wanna do in the end, people, is just squeeze, just like a guillotine. I wanna close my elbow, shoulder down, and I'm gonna get this choke right here, okay? What is important, people, is that you keep turning until there's no more space for you to turn, all right? So one more time. Sorry, Daniel. Okay. Have the side control, okay? I went to attack her arm. She hit the arm. I'm gonna go all the way and trap her head. I don't care if her arm is in or out. It's not gonna make a difference. I'm gonna get the choke either way. But pay attention, people, that you have your hip low. If her hip is up, she can hide her head under my hip and there's no choke anymore. So as I started, I wanted to have my hip all the way down, so when I trap her head is already in place. I'm gonna, now, I can bring my hand on her hip, because a lot of the times if I don't have the hand on the hip, when I turn, Dani is gonna turn with me. Okay, so I'm gonna push her hip, I'm gonna move my hand next to her hip, my hip next to her head, keeping my head as low as possible, grabbing my own hand, squeezing the shoulder down until I get the choke. Okay? So this one, people, no time limit. Okay, again, it's about control, so you don't have to be fast to get a submission. Just make sure that you set the correct grips. Bring your hand, when you're here, when you grab your opponent's head, don't stop here, but go all the way down, hip all the way down, so you can turn. Okay? And again, just like the last position we saw, if you guys realize that the position is not working, you have the control, take your time, adjust your position, and then you're gonna be able to get it, right? Let's try everyone. Okay, everyone. So, I'm here with Daniel on side control, and just like we've been working on this specific training, I'm just gonna start on top, attacking here in any situation I want. I can work, for example, from the side control, attacking here with the Americana, and start. If Daniel is trying to defend, and I can switch, I can go for the choke that we just saw. She's gonna be trying to defend, but I already have a good control. Got the submission. We start back from the side control and just working. People, if I get the submission, that's great, but keep in mind, the main goal is not to lose your position. And you could move to mount, to knee on belly, I don't care. Just make sure you always keep the control. People on the bottom, your goal is to either set the guard or to end up on top. If a submission happens, if the person on the bottom gets a guard or end up on top, we start it, okay? One of you on the bottom for 3 minutes, and then you guys switch. Have fun, everyone. Okay, people, I just want to answer a question that I had from Maria. She asked this question during the live that we do every Saturday at 2. So she is a smaller person and she's asking what kind of takedowns would work against a bigger person. So this is a good scenario that we can show. And I'm going to give you 2 suggestions. So personally, I think that the single leg works the best way. Okay, because it doesn't rely too much on how can I say, lift your opponent or anything like this. Because what Dani needs to do here to get the single leg is every time that she wants to get the single leg, she wants to drive. So let's say that she wants to trap my left leg. She wants to bring my weight to the right. So as she pushes me back, she's going to be able to get this control. And once she has the control of my leg, then it doesn't have to lift me. She's already keep her head up a little bit. So keeping her head up, even though I'm stronger than her, I'm not being able to push her head because she has a strong control. And in order to take me down, then it also doesn't need to lift me. For example, she can simply grab my hip here, and as she has this control, she just has to turn me towards my hip direction to take me down. Okay, so I would suggest the single leg as an option, especially because, again, it doesn't involve lifting anyone, it's just destabilizing. So again, as Dani makes her entry, she's pushing me back, already getting the control of the leg, then simply grabbing the hip, okay? And here, she has my left leg control. She's just gonna turn me to the opposite side, so I can no longer stabilize myself, and she's gonna end up on top. Or another option, it's not actually a takedown, but one thing that you can try, especially being a smaller person, that also normally comes with speed. What you also can do is, for example, use an arm drag, not the other way. Use the arm drag to go straight to the back, end up already here in this scenario where you can start attacking. This is also an option that you can try, just using this transition to jump straight on the back and attack someone. It's also an option. You don't have to break anyone's balance, especially if you're talking about someone heavier. Heavier people are usually not so fast, so you can get them by surprise with this one. Okay? Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope it helped Maria. And guys, if you have any questions, just send me. I'm happy to help.